Yo, what is going on, guys? Today we're going to be playing with my main man, Duraludon VMAX, the Tower of Terror. I love this Pokemon so much. I love his Gigantamax form. I think he is super cool. The thing about Duraludon that makes him so good right now is this Skyscraper ability. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon that have special energy. So Duraludon is actually only as good as the meta says it is. If everything has special energy, Duraludon's amazing. If nothing plays special energy, well, Duraludon's kinda mid. And that's the thing about Duraludon. It just comes in and out of the meta. More recently, people have been playing Arceus with Goodra. But now that the meta has shifted since Lugia has come out, and Lugia plays only special energy, Duraludon is back in the mix, man. He's a 330 HP demon, no weakness, so solid. As well as the G-Max pulverization attack for 220 and goes through all effects. This is so nice because it goes through, it's a shred attack, so it goes through Miltanks, it goes through Radiant Gardevoir's damage reduction, any of that good stuff. So this card is really solid. Plus, it also did well at this past weekend's regional in Toronto, I think? Yes, Toronto was this past weekend, and Duraludon actually took second place. So I wanted to highlight it here on the channel because it is such a fun deck. And of course, we're pairing Duraludon with everyone's favorite Arceus. It's just an easy way to power it up. Trinity Nova, 200 damage, accelerate energy onto your Duraludon. Get it rip-roaring and ready to go. As well as the Starbirth V-Star power, which allows you to set up Arceus. Typically, you're going to be using Starbirth for maybe a draw supporter or a double turbo, since those are very limited and hard to find in your deck sometimes. And so it allows you to get easy turn 1 or turn 2 attacks on your second turn of the game, Trinity Novas, and allow you to start powering up your Duraludon. So this deck, like I said, is really solid right now, and it's not just Lugia that's playing special energy. There's also a Mew that's running around. I mean, other Arceus variants as well. So this deck is super duper solid. Moving into the trainers, I'd say it's fairly standard. We've got the 2 Incense, 2 Hyper Potions. The Hyper Pots are there just to kind of fluff off some of the damage. Typically, a lot of stuff, if they can hit you, are 2-hit KOing you regardless. So having more Hyper Potions isn't really that helpful. Now, I'm also playing 1 Rod because I'm not playing any training courts right now. So I'm playing the 1 Rod to help us get back our energy, and sometimes our Duraludon VMAX, which is nice. Since I'm only playing a 2-2 line, if we prize our second Duraludon VMAX, we can potentially Rod it back in, Ultra Ball, grab it, and slap it on our next Duraludon, which is solid. Now, one of the big problems with Duraludon for me is consistency. Like, I sometimes draw hot, or sometimes I draw nothing, no draw supporters. It's awful, and I just struggle for turn after turn, barely making it by. So I want to throw the 4 Pokégears in here. I think the gears add a lot of consistency to the deck, which is, I think, one of its biggest downsides, is the fact that the deck is strong, but it can be inconsistent at times. So the Pokégears are very nice. And then, of course, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, and the 2 switches in case you lead Duraludon. That's why we only play 2 and 4 Arceus, is because we want to lead Arceus more than Duraludon. But if we need to, we can always Starbirth for maybe like switch and double turbo and still get going. Now, I've got a high count of stadiums. I guess I've been considering going down to 2 caves, but I think the caves are pretty necessary to help you potentially get rid of some breakpoints and heal out of some stuff. And Collapsed Stadium's also super solid right now. Now, moving to the supporters, we've got the 2 bosses orders. Only 2 bosses orders because I am playing 2 Serenas. So this acts as an additional gusting card in the late game, which is very, very nice. Now, the downside about playing Serenas is they don't really work in the mid to late game. Because we're typically building up big hands with Colress, throwing cards we don't need in the Lost Zone, and just seeing more cards every single turn. So we typically have bigger hands. So the downside of Serena in the late game is that we can't really discard that many cards to fill our hand up. We probably typically have 5, 6, 7 cards in our hand, and stuff we don't want to discard. The stuff we want to discard, we've already gotten rid of off Colress. So Serena is solid. Like I said, it's mostly as a gust card, but it's also very, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's very it works in so many different situations because, like I said, it can be good as the Gusting card as well. And we've got the 1 Professor's Research and 2 Marnie, just some additional consistency and draw power. Now, another big change from previous formats is we're not running just Big Charm, we're also running the Big Parasols. This helps us not get KO'd by the likes of effects of attacks from Yveltal, which is currently seeing play in Lugia, which is pretty solid. It prevents us from getting paralyzed by any attacks that say, 50, 70 damage and your opponent's paralyzed. It prevents that, so it's really solid for that. And then, of course, 13 energy, 4 double turbos, 3 fighting, and 6 metal. This is the list I am working with. I really like Duraludon. As I said, I love the Pokemon, the design as a whole, so I'm excited to hop into some games with it. Alright, let's see if the ladder feeds me Lugias. Alright, we are calling the coin flip. I do win. Yay me. I would like to go first. Thank you. Oh, he has the Arceus box. Maybe we're in the mirror. Oh, wow. This hand sure is spicy. There's no way I top deck an Arceus and an energy, so I'm going to be whiffing one of those. We do find Lugia, but, alright, we'll go here. Let's attach the Parasol, and we're going to pray. That's the game plan, guys. Pray. I don't care what you believe in. Pray to it. Pray for me. He's got to read the wind. If he discards an Archeops, I swear, how do they do it every time, man? What is this nonsense? All right, we're going to Ultra Ball here. We'll get rid of this, and we'll grab the Duraludon, and we'll put my hopes and dreams into this Duraludon. That's the plan. I am going to research here. Throw off a fat research, see what we can find. I would like to get an Arceus down. No, we are not going to get an Arceus down, and we're going to whiff energy for turn. Alright, hopes and dreams. That's what I'm living on here. Oh no, if I at least got an energy attachment, I'd be able to attack next turn. But now I'm 2 turns behind on that even. Alright, well, he's got the Evo Incense for the second Archeops. Capture Energy comes down. He grabs the Yveltal. It makes it seem like he's got the Lost Vacuum in his hand. He's going for another Read the Wind. At least he's not getting his Archeops into play right now. I do get an Ultra Ball. Let's Colress first and see what we can find. Arceus and Switch and Double Turbo? Hold on, your boy might be in there. Hold on. See, guys, hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. You guys were doubting me. Never doubt me. I did need the Colress, I'm not gonna lie, but like, whatever. Don't need him that much. Like, come on, who needs draw supporters? Don't be ridiculous. I do, I need them. Hold me, pray for me, guys. Let's see. I am gonna get down another Duraludon. I'm gonna get rid of just Rod and Evo Incense, I guess is probably, the Evo Incense could get me another Duraludon. I don't see this guy living till this next turn, not with the hand he has. I guess I could get rid of Cave, but Cave can be potentially kind of nice, especially if he does play Path or find a way to swing into me. How much do I need Cave, though, in this matchup? Because he typically plays Collapsed Stadium. He plays nothing but Special Energy, so it's either he hits me or he doesn't. I've got the Hyper Potion in my hand, so I want to keep the second Parasol. I want to keep this Arceus in case this thing survives. Although, yeah, let's just go with this. Let's go with this. We'll grab... Oh, no! Our other Duraludon is prized. That is unfortunate. Looks like we're going to have to set up... We can just get another Arceus going. That's fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. And then I'm just going to get a Trinity Charge off here. So we'll go 1, 2, 3... We'll get the Fighting Energy, we'll get the Metal there, and then I'm just going to slap a Metal here. So, honestly, I'm kind of digging the second Arceus, because that way if the active Arceus goes down, which it 100% is right now, I have access to my Starbirth still. So, I'm not, I am concerned, I'm very concerned for my well-being right now, but I'm not that concerned. He got rid of a boss, I guess, yeah. Well, Serena, okay. Does he play Rod is the question I'm wondering. Because if he doesn't play Rod and I gust out this Yveltal and kill it, he has no real way to one-hit KO my Duraludon here. So... just a thought. I mean, there's no way he doesn't play Rod, right? He's also down 2 boss's orders, interesting enough. I think I'm gonna go in with this Arceus. I kind of want to chase down this Yveltal. Maybe force a Rod? I don't know. Is that weird? Because I can't KO him regardless. I'm going to play the 2-hit KO game no matter what. I get another Hyper Potion off the top. Oof. Okay, well, we'll go here. I can Evolution Incense. I can thin out the Duraludon since I don't need it. I could Parasol the active as well, so he can't. But he can just swing into me with this thing, right? That doesn't actually matter. I could, like I said, potentially gust out the Yveltal, but how much would that help me? Like I said, it all depends on whether or not he plays Rod and if he's able to get the Yveltal back. This is a toughie, man. Let's see. I guess, well, we're definitely gonna Starbirth here. I need the double turbo. I can always grab the Big Charm, but if I boss, I've got no cards in hand. I at least take no draw supporters, but I at least take a prize card. For some reason, I feel like this is the strategy because he has no other way to get through the Duraludon besides that. Yeah, besides the Yveltal, and he'd have to have Lost Vacuum plus Yveltal. So I don't know. This might not be the play, but I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna experiment, guys, because I am a little behind enough to where I am concerned that I have to make these ridiculous plays. So we'll chase this thing down. Do I need the Parasol, right? And yeah, I guess that's all she wrote. He was just banking on the Yveltal. So my gut feeling did work out because it doesn't look like he had a way to get the Yveltal back. See, big brain, guys. I know what I'm doing. That's right. So this is one of those opportunities where we can learn from other people's mistakes, whether it be ours or our opponents. I am going to go first, guys. But a way to prevent that is to not bench your Yveltal until the turn you use it. Yes, you might have to have well, I guess the thing you have to have an energy in hand to potentially attach to the active to retreat or a switching card, but if he didn't bench that Yveltal, I would have never been able to target it down. So if he waited for the turn that he had an energy attachment in hand, the Lost Vacuum and the Yveltal, and then he just got rid of my Duraludon, I would have been in a absolutely horrendous position, and I would have probably lost the game. So that is definitely something to note. At the same time, I understand why he was confident in slapping it down, but I mean, wow, yeah, I gotta be honest. From that terrible start, I didn't think we'd be able to pull through. Our opponent's playing Boost Shake, so yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a Weezing deck. Interesting. I mean, we are going to get ability locked, it looks like, this turn. He's going right for the Ascension. So we're just going to have to raw draw into any Marnie's me. I mean, that's fine because it puts us closer to our double turbo Arceus, which isn't currently in our hand. Yeah, we did have the Evo Incense, but okay, we get absolutely nothing. That's fine. Looks like our opponent is playing maybe a Crobat VMAX deck. With the ability lock from Weezing. So right to the Ascension. I can also Trinity Charge this turn. That is something to note. So, does Parasol prevent severe poison? I believe so, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, which I could be. I'm wrong every so often. I mean, practically never, right, guys? You're never wrong. But I could, because the concern for using Serena right now is if I whiff energy, I am absolutely, utterly, most ridiculously screwed. So I think I'm actually going to play it slow and play it safe and just go for the Trinity Charge. I don't really see a reason not to. We can just power this bad boy up and we can use Serena next turn. And then hopefully draw into a way to get our Arceus. We know we had an Evo Incense in our hand that was put to the bottom of the deck with Marnie. So now that the deck is shuffled, thanks to Trinity Charge, just going in our deck and shuffling, the Evolution Incense might be shuffled around a little bit. Maybe it made its way back to the top of the deck. So even though we are ability locked, we'll see if Severe Poison can even get the job done here. Although he can retreat into the Crobat, which it looks like he's going to do. Pierce. Okay, perfect. So he's going to retreat into the Crobat, swing, hit us for 70, and then retreat away. The Max Cutter can do 180 the following turn, which is a bit scary. So it's a little unfortunate that we got Marnied out of that hand, because we did have a pretty solid hand for sure. So there's the Stealth Poison. This should prevent the poison, right? Prevents the effect of the attack. There it is. I mean, Parasol's good, guys. Parasol's very good. And we get a pretty solid card off the top, so not switch, discard. I have to read it every single time. I'm scared for the day that I mess that up. Wow, absolutely nothing. Not even an energy to power edge. Seriously? I am on the struggle bus, guys. All right, Trinity Charge again. Looks like I'm going to go for one big Duraludon this game. And just prey on Hyper Potions and Caves. Yeah, that's a little unfortunate. That's a lot of draw supporters in one hand. I'm probably going to Colress this next turn. He can just do the same thing. He can just retreat, Air Cutter, 180. He gets the KO, which is a little unfortunate. I would really like to find my other Parasol. If I find my other Parasol and this Duraludon can't take the poison damage, I might be set for success. He's also trying to avoid putting special energy on the Crobat, so he can hit me with Max Cutter. Because Max Cutter is a 2-hit KO, so pretty interesting. I like Weezing. I think it's really solid right now. I mean, there's a lot of abilities running around, and we saw our opponent played the Boushake. I mean, if you lock your opponent from playing like Lugia, prime example, if you lock them from, oh wait, he didn't find the energy. Oh, we're in there now, guys. Oh yeah, let's go. Sick. Let's get it. I do have the boss's orders, but that won't do me very much good. I think I am just going to Colress's Experiment here. I'm looking for... Okay, well, that's still not it. Still not... Come on, bro. Where are my double turbos? I mean, we can grab Cave and Raw. I mean, Raw doesn't... We can Raw the energy potentially back into the deck. We can grab the Research, but I'm not going to want to Research, honestly. I could always just put out the Collapsed Stadium. Because, I mean, I'm not going to want to research any of this away at any point in time. I prefer to Marnie 6 ways to Sunday. So we'll go like this, and we'll put up the Collapsed Stadium, maybe force him to... Yeah, we'll put up the Collapsed Stadium, maybe force him to bump that since we've got another Cave in hand, and then we'll just fail a Trinity Charge. Is the other Parasol in the deck? It is in the deck, so I do desperately need to find that so that my Duraludon doesn't take any poison damage here. He does have the KO with Max Cut. No, he bumps the Stadium, which is fine. But he's actually 10 short if he doesn't find an energy. So he does Marnie me. I'm hoping not to break off this, but I've got a lot of supporters in my hand. So, I mean, what are the odds, right? We find a couple Colress plus an Evo Incense. This hand is actually really solid. And this puts us closer to Parasol. Because Parasol wasn't in that hand is put to the bottom. So, something to note, we don't want to shuffle our deck. Parasol wasn't in our hand, and our hand is now at the bottom. So we don't want to draw into those cards that were at the bottom of the deck. So before we Evolution Incense here and search for our Duraludon, we need to use Colress's Experiment first so that we have a much higher chance of drawing into what we need. He whiffs again? Bro, come on. What? This is Whiff City. Population, me and my opponent. There's an Ultra Ball. Won't do me any good. Wait, hold on. Can I shopping center this Parasol off? That feels kind of big brain, right? Let's Colress's Experiment, see what we get. We find Arceus, we find our other Parasol, and Energy. Hip hip hooray, it took us long enough. Yeah, I think that this is fine. We'll go like this. I mean, the Big Charm's nice, but I don't think it's going to be necessary for us here. Yeah, we're going to go here. I can just evolve. And then I'm thinking just setting up another, like, I want to set up another Arceus, right? Although I've got all my energy committed here, honestly. I'm not down my Rod, right? That's at the bottom of the deck. So I could always potentially get Rod in my hand, but odds are I'm getting Marnied again. 70 damage KOs me either way, so it's actually better just to shopping mall that off us. Let's Evo Incense here. Let's grab our Duraludon. Yeah, Rod's in the deck, so we could potentially get more basic energies back, which is not too shabby. We can go here. I can shopping center my Parasol off. I can slap it on this bad boy. Yeah, that's actually really solid. We can attach our energy here, and then Tree Nova, and finally take a KO on the Weezing. Man, the Parasols are putting in absolute mad work right now. And then, of course, we've got no more energy in the deck. All of our energy is currently on this Duraludon, so we can use multiple Hyper Potions that will potentially keep us out of range of dying. If he does utilize the Weezing to potentially slow us here for 2 turns, I mean, that's fine by me. I'll be dying going back into my turn. So I might just manually retreat and prevent him from taking prize cards. Yeah, with a deck like this, it's really slow and really grindy. He didn't attach his basic dart, right? He didn't touch the basic dart. Miltank. I mean, I am completely unaffected by the Miltank because the shred just goes right through it. I don't know why you'd ever bench that. It's fairly useless. So he'll just run away. That is fine by me. We've got a Hyper Potion in our hand for the next turn. I mean, like I said, I'm feeling pretty solid, pretty confident here. Yeah. So what do we top deck? Ultra Ball. All right, let's go for a Colress. Let's see what we can find. Switch in. I'll bet Cave's going to be really solid. I do like the energies because I might need those for a second Arceus. But I don't have one, right? Yeah, I threw them all away. Unfortunate. That's okay. We're living on hopes and prayers in this one Duraludon. I believe, guys. I believe. Yeah, we'll go like this. The Cave is going to be really nice for sure. I can just attach this so I don't have the immediate damage reduction, which is pretty solid. I gotta be honest, I kind of hope I don't get Marnied. And then we'll just, we'll pulverize our opponent here. We'll go for the pulverization. Swing into this Crobat, 2-hit KOing it. I would really love a Gust Effect. I mean, I've got 2 Boss's Orders, I've got an extra Serena, I've got 3 other Gears in the deck, so any of those off the top would be pretty sick, game. Let's see if this one Duraludon can pull through. I mean, we've got 2 Hyper Potions, and hopefully that will be enough to carry us through this game. He's attaching to the Miltank like that's going to do anything for him. He does have another Crobat he's going in with. I mean, if he tries to Stealth Poison me, that will not work. If he tries to Stealth Poison and run away. Like I said, the Parasol doesn't poison us, which is great. He does have a Leafy Poncho, so I actually can't gust him up. Huh. Well, that's obnoxious. How annoying. I top decked the boss, too. I actually got it. That's hilarious. Dang it. I mean, I could chase down these 2 prizes right here. Because if I do that, I mean, this is an easy 2 prizes. Then if he ever leaves the Crobat in the active, it's kind of over for him. Yeah, because yeah. I'm super down and funky with this play, for sure. I am going to put out the Cave, and then I'm going to heal that chip off. I can just attach this energy because it doesn't ever affect my math, and I can just attach that preemptively for a Hyper Potion. And then we're just going to pulverize and take 2 prizes on this Crobat. I think my opponent forgets that I can go through the Miltank, and I get my second Hyper Pot. And another Cave. Okay, I'm in here. Like I said, we're just going with the one Duraludon. This happens fairly often where you just have 1 Arceus and 1 Duraludon, and you just hope the 1 Duraludon can make it work. The Leafy Poncho is really annoying, actually. I don't really have a way to get around it. But it forces him to Stealth Poison here, and he's not really doing much if he's using Stealth Poison. He does have the Bird Keeper, okay. And if he does Lost Vacuum me, I've got the second Parasol, so we'll see. Yeah, this is a real grindy game. But as we can see, it's forced him to manually attach 3 of these bad boys onto it. Let's see, so 70, 40, yeah, Hyper Potion will be really, really good here for us. There's a Stealth Poison. Yeah, pretty set for success. Runs to the Miltank, that does not matter. Do I need to Hyper Potion? I mean, if he does 180 plus 90, like, I feel like Hyper Potion is just so safe. But at the same time, realistically, I don't need to Hyper Potion. I don't. I can always attach another energy preemptively, but I'm already stacked up enough for both my Hyper Potions, so that does not matter. I mean, I just Cave here, and I'm down to 80 hit points. He can't swing into me, although the scary part about it is, if he Marnies me, I will be in so much trouble because both my Hyper Pots are going to go down to the bottom. I mean, yeah, we're just going to have to pulverize again. And if he that's the thing actually, we're in a real awkward situation, or he's in an awkward situation, because if he ever leaves us in the active to max cutter me, he just dies, and I win the game. So he's kind of forced to run away. So can he do enough damage? And I have Hyper Pop, so we are fully healing off this entire turn. I think that actually secures the game for us. Yeah, because we just go Cave, we Hyper Potion, and he's forced to 2-hit KO us, and we take 2 prizes before then. Well played, well played to you as well, my friend. Our opponent does recognize that we're in a really solid win condition. I don't even need to attach that energy because I'm already set for success. I can thin my deck out as well if I so choose, but I'm just going to hold the hand. I mean, I could let's thin out like we're playing a real game. Let's be serious here. Let's thin those out. I'll grab this just in case I get Marnied, then I don't potentially draw into that. And then I can just pulverize, take the KO on this bad boy, and there is nothing he can do to stop me from taking a prize card. I have 1 prize card left. If he leaves the Crobat, it's mine. If he feeds me a single prizer, it's game over. Because this deck just thrives around poisoning you, running away, running to a Miltank, and that cannot stop us. Shout out to Tony for being an absolute homie and hanging in here and letting me knock out this Pokemon. Can I Hyper Potion it too? Oh, this guy is an absolute god among men. Look at him, sticking around. Let me make the plays. Oh, what a G, dude. Yeah. I mean, Duraludon, it's solid right now. It is really, really good. Man, I gotta be honest, Parasol was kind of the MVP in those games for sure. Had he gotten the Yveltal off, I mean, the Parasol would have put in mad work. I mean, the deck is so solid. Overall, I mean, the only hurdle that this deck has to get over is consistency issues. Sometimes it struggles with consistency. I mean, if you whiff energy turn 1 with this deck, you're just so far behind instantly because the format we're in right now is so fast. Is this like a hard counter to like Lugia? No, it can still lose if you can't find your Parasols, or like I said, if you whiff energy. But overall, it's so meta dependent, and I think right now with all the decks in the meta that are playing special energy, I think it is finally time for Duraludon to come back and take its rightful place over Lugia Vstar. So if you liked the video today, drop a like down below and subscribe to the channel. I still got a lot of Silver Tempest content coming for you guys. And if you like this deck list as well, I have the deck list down in the description. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace!